Hello. Hi. Okay, let me stop being a kid and start being an adult as I am. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is gonna be the first video I'm gonna ever upload it, and it's gonna be a Q&A because you guys have lots of questions for me. Like, you've been filling my DM, my TikTok DM with a lot of questions, and I'm like, I cannot make these a TikTok video answering all these questions. So I'm gonna like make a YouTube video about Q&A answering the questions that you guys have. And you guys have a lot of questions. When I say a lot, I mean a whole lot of questions. But I just narrowed them down to 7 because most of the questions were repeating themselves, and others I'm gonna answer them in another video, not today, maybe after a month, maybe 2 months, maybe we'll see about that. But I've written down all the questions that you guys have been asking me, and there are 7. It's about my age, my tribe, where I'm from, my marital status. I'm like, yo, want to know my marital status? Why? But yeah, my marital status, whether I'm a hafid or not. For those of you that don't know, a hafid is someone who memorized the Quran. Yeah, in my hometown, yo, once in my hometown, do you have gifts that you want to send for me? You better have, okay? And if I've ever been outside Kenya, but yeah, by the way, my nationality, I forgot about that. That should be there also, my nationality. You've been asking about my nationality, and I'm like, these people don't know I'm their girl. Like, I'm from your place. Like, yo, me, I'm you. We're cousins. We're cousins. But let me get into these. Before anything, like and subscribe the video. I think I have 3 subscribers right now, so let me see how many subscribers I'm gonna gain after like posting this video. And y'all, I don't know how to edit. Like, editing these YouTube videos are very hard for me, and that's why I haven't been able to post because it's hard for me to edit. That's why I haven't posted. Let me get into the video, girl. I'm talking a lot before I start. I don't want this video to be a long video because it's gonna be the first video I'm uploading. That's why I picked some few questions. Yeah, I want it to be, if it's a maximum, I want it to be 10, but if it gets into 20, we'll see about that. We'll see whether I'll edit some things out or I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Let's get into the first question. The first question was gonna be my age, but I think my nationality should be the first question. You guys have been asking me where I'm from. A lot of you think I'm like Eastern Africa. I'm from Eastern Africa. I'm Nigerian, girl. I'm not Nigerian. I get that. If there's one thing I get a lot is whether I'm Somali or Nigerian. Some say I'm Senegalese, some say I'm Gambian. Like, I get lots of that. I don't know. Maybe it's because my skin color. I love it. But I'm from Kenya. I'm a Kenyan citizen by birth. I was born in Kenya, raised in Kenya, not just Kenya, the western part of Kenya. Yeah, I'm from Busia. And when I tell people I'm from Busia, the thing that come into their mind is I'm Luya. Girl, I'm not Luya. I haven't even like traveled. I'm not Luya, and I'm from Busia. My nationality is Kenya. I'm a Kenyan citizen. Like, I speak Swahili and English as my national languages, and I don't know my, how is it called? This thing, my mother tongue. Like, I know I can understand. Don't come to me and be like, oh, you're those girls that they can understand but they cannot speak. Girl, I can speak a little bit of my mother tongue, but I understand it. Like, I can understand, but not that much. Girl, you can gossip about me all you want. I might not even grasp when you're gossiping about me. I might not even know you're talking about me, and I'll be right beside you. But yeah, I'm Kenyan, born in Kenya, raised in Kenya. For 21 years, I've been in Kenya, girl. 21 years, yeah. I just said my age. That brings us to the next question. I don't think I'm gonna follow this thing. I'm just gonna be popping whatever comes into my mouth. I'm gonna say it. My nationality, check. I'm Kenyan, born in Kenya, raised in Kenya, never left Kenya. At my age, I'm 21 years old. I turned 21 on January, February, March, April, May. May 24th is my birthday. So I turned 21 May, and I'm still 21. Be turning 22 next year, inshallah, 24 May. So if you all have gifts to send me, I accept any. Yeah, I'm 21. And I'm not a baby. For those of you that think I'm a baby, I'm still don't tell me I'm still 21. Girl, 21 is a big age. Like, I'm realizing myself. I'm getting to know more about myself. Like, I'm loving myself in 21, and that's something I should be grateful for. I'm 21 years old, born in Kenya. The next thing is my tribe. This one, am I gonna say it? My tribe is actually a popular tribe in Kenya. Yeah, so don't come for me. I'm not Somali. For those of you that think I'm Somali, no, I'm not Somali, but I've been raised alongside Somali. Like, I went to Duxi. Only Somalis will understand Duxi. Duxi is a madrasa. I stayed with Somalis, like growing up from, I don't know, but up until 2028, I was just around Somali. And also when I went to high school, I was around Somalis. Like, Somalis have been my friends for the longest time, but now I don't have lots of Somali friends. Excuse me, I don't have lots of Somalis friends right now, but I've been raised in Somali. Girl, I think I know Somali more than I know my mother tongue. I don't know Somali. Don't. Nah, 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 nah. I take that back. I don't know Somali, but I understand bits. I mean, these bits, I understand bits of Somali, like wanku jecele warya maxaan fiirinaysa maxaan suubinaysa. I understand the basic logic Somali that I learned in Duxi, like the wada dushig. I regret that. That was my first ever Somali words to know. Like, those people that I don't know why, when you're telling someone to teach you their like mother tongue, the first thing they teach you is a bad word. Like, the first Somali word I ever knew was dawada dushig, and I just came to understand that. No, I just understood back then that it means tell that to your, and I'm like, nah. I don't want to use that word again. I know dofar. I know a Somali word called dofar because I remember my ma'alim. That guy, he called me a dofar one day because I was sneaking out from madrasa and I was passing behind the duksi, behind the madrasa, and he opened the window and he saw me and he's like, Dofar, what are you doing there? And I didn't know what dofar is at that time. So they asked me, are you a dofar? And then the people there were telling me, say yes, yes. And I'm like, yeah. And then only to come find out that they called me a pig. Ma'alim, why did you do that to me? Why did you torture me like that? Oh my god, I don't want to remember my days in Duxi, but I'm talking all this much and I haven't even told you my tribe, but my tribe, I'm Luo. I think that's where all this English is coming from. It's because I'm Luo. And no offense, we are known for having like good English. But I think I have lots of like Somali culture in me because I was raised with Somali. Because I posted a video on TikTok, right? And I was wearing a dera and a gibsar. Dera and a gibsar is like a dera is the dress, and then the gibsar is these one. So a lot of people assumed I'm Somali based on what I was wearing. I wear that a lot. That's my clothes at home, my relaxed. Like, I can go out with that to the market. I can go with dera with and gibsar. It's because that's just how I've been around. I've been around Somali, and that's how they dress, and then I just adapted that type of dressing. SubhanAllah. And also, I I know that's the second. The first question was my nationality. I'm Kenyan. The second question was my age. I'm 21, and the third one was my tribe. I'm Luo. Yeah, and I love my tribe. Allah created us in tribes so that we can get to know each other. But I don't follow nothing about my tribe. The fact that I'm Muslim, that itself is enough. I don't care about the Luo culture. I really don't care. My mom's gonna see these and she's gonna be like, oh, you should. Nah, mama. I don't care about the Luo culture. But as long as nothing about it, it's said in Islam, I ain't gonna follow it. Period. Now, the next question is my whereabout. I think I say that, right? I said my whereabout. I'm from Busia. That's where I'm from. Yeah, I'm from Busia. The third question is my marital status. When I heard this, I'm like, yo, do you see any ring on this finger? Yeah. And if I had my mom, I could be bragging about him. But yeah, I'm not married. Not yet. I'm not married yet. And I ain't talking to nobody about marriage also. So yeah, I'm just here. That's my marital status. I'm single, and I don't think I'm ready to mingle yet. But when the right time comes, I'm playing with my cat. My cat wants to play. Say hello, Yasmin. Tell them to look in your eyes and tell you they love you. Tell them. Say, look in my eyes and tell me you love me. Yeah, my marital status, I'm single. Not ready to actually mingle. Yeah. But the next question is, am I a hafid? My I'm not a hafiz. That's one thing I'm manifesting for in this whole world. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I tell him, Ya Rabbi, before you take my soul away from me, make me memorize the Quran. Not only memorizing it, make me implement it in my day-to-day life. I want to like put it, I don't want to just memorize the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to practice the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to be living by the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in his verse, don't do this. I want to not do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says in his verse, do this. I want to do that, girl. I want to do that. I'm not a hafid, and subhanallah, I remember I know lots of verses in the Quran, like a lot of verses, and I mean it, lots of them, and I love learning the Quran with the meaning because it just moves me. I love it when I'm reading something that I know what it's talking about, and that's why most of the verses that I'll be posting or I'll be reciting, I know them. I know the meaning of it, like I know the translation of it, and it just moves me. I just love it. SubhanAllah, I really, really love the Quran. I love the Quran, and getting to replace the Quran with music is the best decision I've ever made in my whole life, like the best. Alhamdulillah. The next question, yeah, I've answered that one, haven't I? I'm not a hafid, but I pray to be one day. I want to go. I want to go outside Kenya, like to in an Islamic institute, and just be there and study Quran, memorize the Quran, and just learn about Islam, and just I want to be a better version of myself before I go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to be better than who I am right now. And I pray Allah makes that possible. Amen. The next question is my hometown. I think my hometown and my whereabout are the same thing. My hometown. My hometown is where I'm from, right? I'm from Busia. I've answered that one. Have you? The next question is any outside country. Have I ever been to any outside country, Ghana? No. I've never left the western part of this country of mine. Like ever since I was born, for I think I'm gonna say 21 years. No, for 18, nah, girl, from ever since I was born in 2004 up until 2018, I was in Busia. Like I was raised, born, studied in Busia. I went to Busia Township Primary School. For those of you that are in Busia, you know that. I went to Busia Township Primary School for 8 years and nursery there also. But when I finished my grade 8, I went to Kisumu in an Islamic school. It's for the ladies only. It was an international school. It's called Salama International Girls Center. That was more of a house than a school, girl. I love that place. I loved it. Like from the bottom of my heart, I loved the school, subhanallah. It was such a beautiful school, and I stayed there for 4 years. So for 2018, 19, I went there at 2019. I joined my form 1, and then I stayed there 19, 20, 21, and 22. I finished in 2022 December. Yeah. And then I came back home, and then I went to Kakamega for my studies in 2024. And yeah, up until 2025, I came back home right now. So I've basically been to 3 is Western countries. I've never left Kenya, girl, and I get a lot. Yeah, I think that's gonna be another question you guys ask me. Where do I get my English accent? Nowhere. Like, nowhere. I don't even know how to answer that question. When a lot of people be asking me, where did you get your English accent? How do you even speak like that? You mix your British and American accent, blah blah blah. Girl, I never went to any British school. I never went to any American school. I never left Kenya. I never took any English classes. I never took any English classes. I never like did anything to perfect my English. You know, when I was in primary, this guy is bothering me. When I was in primary, I used to recite poems. Like I was forced to get into the poem thingy. I'm getting into other questions, but let me just do it. When I was in primary, I was forced to get into the poem things, and I started doing poems, and they were English poems. And I think that's when I perfected my English, and that's how I actually gained my confidence. Because I'm not kidding you, I used to be reciting poems in front of thousands of people, and I was still a baby. I was in grade 4 at that time. How old was I even? Was I even 10 or 11? I don't even know, but it was 2014 when I started doing poems. And I was a baby when they took me on a stadium to recite poem for people. And I was just there telling, look, Madras, I was just being a baby at that time. But I gained a lot of rewards, and I won the first position. I remember my first poem, and the teachers just started pestering me to keep on getting into poems. So I started getting into poems. I did poems. Like, I love poems. Like, I love them. I remember when I was in primary and we used to be like, under class 1003H. You know, when I'm reciting poem, my voice becomes totally different. Like, I be moving the house. I'll be shaking like an earthquake is happening. I'll be going like, under class 1003H. Fatma Miduda from Busia Township with a poem entitled, how is it called? The ocean. The ocean is beautiful. The ocean is wide. The ocean is wonderful. I love the ocean. That was a performance I had to show you guys. I have different voices. Like, when I'm talking English, when I'm talking Swahili, I have a different accent. I have a different voice when I'm speaking Swahili. Like, I think I be rude when I'm speaking Swahili. A lot of people be telling me like, oh, you sound a bit rude. I I guess that's just how I speak. And when I'm reciting poem now, that voice goes totally opposite. Like, someone might be asking, is that Fatima? Like, I never knew she can remove that kind of voice. I have a deep voice when I'm reciting like poems, a deep one, and I just love my poem recitation voice. And actually, I get lots of questions. Also, people be asking me, how did you start posting TikTok? I started posting on TikTok actually, and people ask me how, what happened, what motivated you, blah 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 blah. So the reason as to why I started posting I don't like telling the reason as to why I started posting TikTok, because I like leaving it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the reason as to why I started posting TikTok was, I was sitting by myself. I remember I was in school. It was December 2024. I was sitting by, was it 22nd of December? I think it was 22nd of December. I was sitting by myself. I was in school right that time. And then I sat down, and girl, I have confidence. One thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me is confidence. Like, I can be speaking, I have confidence, and I have a voice. Allah give me a voice, and I be reciting poems in front of lots and thousands of people. So I sat down and I'm like, Allah gave me a voice. Allah gave me confidence, and He make me like stand in front of a lot of people, just talking about poems, just narrating set books, just doing all those things. And I'm like, what can I do with my voice and my confidence for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What is it that I can do for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sake? And then I was sitting there. I'm trying to cover up my mom's leg, so don't worry. Yeah, I think that's much better. So I was sitting there, and I'm like, I want to, when I die, I was thinking about that at that time, girl. I'm like, when I die, I want to leave something in this world that is gonna be a sadaqatul jariyah for me. And I'm asking myself, what thing can I do? What is it that I can do that I'm gonna live it and it's still gonna be earning me rewards when I'm in my grave? And I said, how about I just start posting on TikTok, like reminding people about Allah, and just showing people that Islam is not only limited to you being strict. You can be funny and you're still a Muslim. You can be enjoying life and you're still a Muslim. You can just be yourself and still be a Muslim, not transgressing against the limits of Allah. So at that time, whatever it is, in that moment, I sat down there, and I'm like, I'm gonna read. I loved Surah Al Furqan at that time. I loved the verses, the last page of Surah Al Furqan. I had just listened to the story of Ahmed the Repenters from Sheikh Bilal Asad. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, go check it out. It's called The Story of Ahmed the Repentant by Bilal Asad. So I had just listened to that story, and the verses stuck in my head. And I was there. I was just loving the verses. Those verses made me fall in love with Islam. They made me fall in love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They just made me, I'm grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for sending Bilal Asad to preach that thing that he said that brought me closer to my Rabb. I love Allah. I love him. I love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like to the moon and back. Oh, this video is gonna be long. It's 20 minutes already. I'm gonna end it. So yeah, I started posting because of that, and I'm just loving it here. Like, I'm loving being myself, and I love all of you guys. Like, I love you to the moon and back. For the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I love you. And you guys have always been sending me du'as. I look at them, I see them, and I say Ameen to every single du'as that you guys are sending to me. And may Allah give you more than that what you're praying for me to get. More, like millions more. And may Allah grant every single one of you Jannah. I love you guys so much, so much, so much. And I know you love me. I know you'll love me. It's okay. You don't have to say. You can just type it in the comments. But that's gonna be the end of this video. It was a Q&A, and I know you guys still have lots of questions. So if you guys have lots of questions that you want me to answer, that you feel like I should answer, send them to me, and then I'll look at them, and then I'll reply to those that I feel confident replying to. Don't be asking rude and weird questions, okay? Because I know you're humans, and some of y'all be anyways, Ma'asalam, bye bye. You guys like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I want to see how many subscribers I'm gonna gain after this whole video. So I'm starting a YouTube journey already. Today is December. When is the date? Let me check the date. December. Where is the date, girl? Yeah, it's December 11th on a Thursday, and I'm fasting. I'm not bragging. Don't come to me. It's December 11th. I need to write that down so that I can be knowing when I'm celebrating my anniversary, my YouTube anniversary with all of you guys. Because I think we are about to celebrate our TikTok anniversary. It's December 22nd. So I wanted to be celebrating TikTok and YouTube together. So should I post this video on 20th? Actually, I'm not gonna, no, it's not gonna be December 11th, because this is the day I'm taking the video. I'm making this video in December 11th. That means I don't know when I'm gonna post it. So the day that I'm gonna post it is gonna be the day that I'm gonna be celebrating my YouTube channel. You guys like, subscribe, and stay safe, stay happy, and just, I'm gonna be your sister here, like your big sister to those of you that are still young, and your younger sister to those of you that are still growing up, are older than me. Ma'asalam. If I keep on talking, I'm not gonna stop. Like I've said ma'asalam, this is the third or the fourth time. So ma'asalam, bye bye. Like and subscribe. Bye.